Good evening from Howard Field in Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3. Go ahead and try it, Brett.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Test.
Go ahead.
Good evening from Howard Field in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Welcome to this presentation of high school football on the Howard Field YouTube channel in Kaylern. My name is Brent Bowen, and I am joined tonight by August Mills and Riley Tuss. A Class 11 AAA doubleheader game will take place tonight at Howard Field as teams jockey for playoff position. The first game will feature a pair of unranked teams when the Sioux Falls Washington Warriors host the Rapid City Central Cobblers. The second game will feature the number one ranked Sioux Falls Roosevelt Rough Riders and the unranked Watertown Arrows, who are currently out of the playoff picture. And we'll continue this intro after the national anthem. Before the national anthem was started, we are playing two. There are two teams playing that are unranked that are fighting for playoff position. The Warriors right now are sitting seventh in the poll. Rapid City is currently out of the poll and are still winless, looking for their first win of the season. And the second game will feature the number one ranked Sioux Falls Roosevelt Rough Riders and the unranked Watertown Arrows. The Rough Riders played a strange Monday home game against Stevens last week. This same Central team. Final score was 71 to 20. Definitely a very interesting game. And they return home for the first time in 2 weeks. Sioux Falls, Washington enters tonight's game with a 2-5 overall record after losing to Brandon Valley 28 to 7 last week in Brandon. The Warriors have lost 3 straight games since defeating Watertown in the Warriors' homecoming game on September 20th. Washington currently holds the 7th seed in the Class 11 AAA playoff seeding. Rapid City Central enters tonight's game winless after losing to the Rough Riders 71 to 20 Monday in Rapid City. The Cobblers are 0-7 overall and 10th in the playoff standings. The top 8 teams qualify for the playoffs, which begin on Halloween, October 31st. Washington beat Rapid City Central 56 to 27 in their last meeting on October 12th, 2018 in Rapid City. It's time to meet the starting lineups. You're watching Sioux Falls, Washington, and Rapid City on the Howard Wood Field YouTube channel and KLRN. Welcome back to Howard Field in this presentation of high school football. My name is Brent Bowen, and I'm joined tonight by August Mills and Riley Tufts. Today's broadcast is being produced by Matt May. Our camera operators are Mark Johnson, Jeff Little, and Madison Goff. You can watch this game anytime on the Howard Field YouTube channel. Tonight's game will be broadcasted on KLRN. Rapid City will kick off. Don't know who won the coin toss because we didn't have a mic. I'm assuming Rapid City did win the toss, and they elected to defer. But Washington will start off with the ball, and they really need a win here, sitting at 2-5. A loss here would be devastating. Probably wouldn't push them out of the playoffs, but it's going to be tough for Rapid City because they have to come back to Sioux Falls next week to play Lincoln.
Yeah, and like you said, with two teams being 0-5 here in AAA play, Washington probably will still make the playoffs, but still pretty much a must-win to maybe get better playoff standings for them right today.
Washington has Aberdeen right on their tail, but Washington did beat Aberdeen in Aberdeen 35-0 to start the season against the Golden Eagles. And it was a short kick, and Washington took it out to about the 37-yard line. And Max Thompson will start his first possession out as quarterback with running back Michael Johnson. And Thompson hasn't necessarily played horrible this year, but he's a sophomore, so he'll still have a couple years back. And Thompson takes the snap, hands it up the middle, and Michael Johnson will get stuffed after about a gain of maybe a yard or two, and it'll be 2nd and 9 for the Warriors. So
yeah, that was a good tackle by Aaron Iverson there making that stop.
Quick no huddle here for the Warriors as Thompson throws it out complete to Josh Piper, and a gain of about 3, and that'll set up about a 3rd and 5 for Washington on their first possession. A big stop for the Cobblers, trying to get a 3-and-out to start the game on the road.
And it's good to see Thompson back at quarterback for Washington. He got hurt in their loss at Rapid City. Stevens was out last week, or I believe the game after, and they had Tyus Hansen, so Washington's got their starting quarterback back. Another plus for them here today.
Yeah, Tyus Hansen is he's a wide receiver, and he was talked about possibly being their quarterback this year. And a throw up the middle from Thompson to Josh Piper. What a catch. He was tangled up there, but it looks like
Still up for grabs.
Yeah, I thought that was an interception.
Justin Swallow
No,
was
that's
there, but
catch.
they're going to rule it a catch.
Wow.
And Washington's got the ball at the 29-yard line.
It's kind of like that Seahawks-Packers play in 2012.
I still cannot believe that was called a catch.
That's what you get for replacement refs.
Yeah.
Who was it that he just barely was hanging on
I
the
just
ball?
couldn't help to go back to that play.
And Max Thompson, in a quick no-huddle, hands it back off to Johnson for about a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 9 from the 28, so Washington unable to open up the run game early. As Johnson's got 2 carries for 2 yards. Washington's slowing down the offense a little bit.
Well, and Johnson, their best, out of all Washington's running backs this year, the best one has been Blessing tonight. Now, I'm not sure if he's hurt or if they just don't have him playing right now, but his performance in Watertown was the best performance by a Warrior running back this season.
And a quick bubble screen to the left to Josh Piper, who's got his 3rd catch of the game. That's close to a 1st down. And he'll be about a yard short, and it'll be 3rd and 1 for the Warriors.
Yeah, it's a good play.
20-yard line.
It's a good play. That's a good play call by the head coach there.
And
Short.
Josh Piper, his Warriors team's really been banged up. He's been kind of their best receiver. He's hurt, now he's back. So.
And a handoff up the middle to Johnson. He's got a quick burst up inside the 10-yard line. Keeps fighting down to about the 8. And it's 1st and goal Washington. In just a minute and a half, they're inside the 10-yard line, pounding on the door.
Yeah, good run there by Johnson.
And Washington will pick up the pace a little bit again. He's trying to just keep this Cobbler defense off balance. This Cobbler defense has allowed 71 points last week to the Rough Riders. As Piper, with another bubble screen, breaks a tackle, is down to about the 1. And going back to last week, the Cobblers gave up just a long post touchdown to Michael Paulson on the first play of the game. And that just kind of set the tone of the game right there. The Cobblers did score 20 points, though, against the Rough Rider defense, and I believe 13 in the first half. And now it's 2nd and goal from the 1, and they'll probably just pound it up the middle 3 times and eventually get in.
Yeah, more than likely that's probably Ted Saban's always been a big running coach, so I believe that's probably the calls here.
And of course, you had Tupac Capella.
Easy touchdown.
And an easy touchdown for Michael
Michael Johnson.
And the Warriors have a quick 6-0 lead on Rapid City Central.
The junior running back brings it in.
Yeah, so a good start for Washington there, and now we'll see if for Rapid City if they can answer back. Now I'm not sure what's. I know last year they ran a triple, or not a triple.
They rotate through different quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, spread offense. That's what I was going to say. Spread offense is what
Cole
they
Meesman is listed as the starting quarterback.
Yeah,
and
it was
actually
wide
was no
left.
good by Luke Behrens.
And Barons has struggled a little bit this year, kicking. Definitely not what the Warriors had a few years ago with Brock Walker, who's now at Minnesota. But 6-0, yeah, not the worst start from him. Just drove right down the field very quick.
Yeah, Luke Behrens missed that extra point.
He also is the punter too. And he's listed as a running back, so maybe he gets a couple running plays out of the backfield. But now Rapid City Central needs to respond, down 6-0. As it looked like they might have had a stop as they forced the 3rd and 6, but then the throw downfield to Josh Piper that he held on to.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the play calling will be on this next drive for Rapid City Central. Whether they're going to make it more pass heavy or run heavy.
And they definitely did not bring their whole team here, as it looks like there's maybe about 30 guys over there, I'd say, counting the guys on the field. And so it's just about maybe 60, 70 guys on the roster. So that's most teams when they go out west or come out east. Rapid City comes out east, or the Sioux Falls teams go out west. They don't bring their whole team. Behrens kicks off down the field, good kick. Bounces out about the 2, and he'll roll into the end zone for a touchback. So Rapid City Central will start their first drive on the 20-yard line, looking to respond from the Warriors' touchdown and try and just chip away at this lead.
Yeah, and we'll see, like I said, how Washington deals with the spread offense here. They did beat them pretty handily last year here on a cold October night at Howard Field, beat them by 20, possibly even 30, if I remember correctly. So we'll see if Rapid can make it a closer game. Interesting formation here.
Yeah, weird formation to start the game. And a fake, and run's still going, and he's going to be eventually brought down. Cole Meesman, the starting quarterback. Looked like a double fake, just like a fake sweep and a fake handoff. They lost him.
Yeah, must have been a design quarterback run, but he just couldn't find anything.
You'd think with as interesting and unique offense as they run, they'd be better than 0-7, I believe. So obviously, something's not right there with.
But they hung tight in some games. They lost at Aberdeen by 2. They lost to Watertown by 7. They lost to Stevens by only 5. So they've been in some games. And a direct snap to Aaron Iverson. And it'll be
a
about
bit of a trick play, but it didn't work.
Yeah.
They do that a lot. They do a lot of direct snaps to guys, and they run definitely I wouldn't say a triple option, which is what Navy and Army and most teams, and Georgia Tech run, or at least Georgia Tech used to run. They might still run it because their head coach retired. But it's 3rd and 10 for the Cobblers, and they just don't seem like an offense that throws a lot with their type of offense. So it's a throwing down is what you want. And another direct snap and another run to the right side.
Gonna work on 3rd and 10.
And it's going to be about a 3-yard gain by Gavin Dansby. And it'll be a 3 and out for the Cobblers on their first possession. So who knows, they might only throw the ball 5 times in this game. We don't know. But a 3 and out there and a punt coming for Rapid City.
Yeah, so they elected to go run heavy there on that first drive. That's
Hunter
a little bit
Hansen.
surprising, down 6-0 early, but if they're
Hansen
a
back
running
to
team, then I can see
Something I'm noticing, and I'm not saying this has to do with anything, but they're a very short team too. A lot of people, a lot of 5'5s I'm seeing, 5'8s, so
Undersized, yeah.
interesting. Yeah, pretty undersized. I mean, there's a 6'7" or 6'6" offensive lineman. They have height in the important areas, but yeah, really just a pretty short team, undersized team.
Good return from Freddie Frederick there.
And Washington will start their second drive inside Cobbler territory at the 48-yard line with Max Thompson as they get the ball back just 3.5 minutes into the game. And we'll see if Rapid City can try and get a stop here and get off the field still down 6-0. As Thompson's in the gun, takes the pass, looks left, gonna throw it deep, down for Tyus Hansen. What a catch, but it's gonna be out of bounds. Unbelievable catch by Tyus Hansen, but he's out of bounds.
Yeah, he Odell'd that at the 23, but
We'll see the replay. That was amazing. Odell in it.
Yeah, that was
Couldn't
Odell.
get that left foot in bounds. And it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Warriors. As Thompson's in the gun again with trips to his left, he hands it off to Johnson.
That was Odell Hansen Jr.
Johnson will take it for about 8 to the 41-yard line, and they'll set up a 3rd and short for the Warriors.
well, he was quarterback, and Odell has thrown, so that's. I mean, they are pretty similar. But yeah, we'll see how Cowboys really need to stop here, because that offense. If you give Washington to me.
Little high snap. Johnson breaks a tackle and is going to have a 1st down and more. Johnson inside the red zone down to about the 16-yard line. It looked like Rapid City had him down in the backfield, but Johnson breaks through, goes all the way down to the 16 for a gain of 25, and Washington's in business again at the 16-yard line. We're not even halfway through the first quarter. Thompson takes the snap, play action, has a bunch of time, rolls to the right, he's going to keep it and go for about 8 yards, and it'll set up about 2nd and 3 for Washington, so Thompson showing a little mobility there.
Yeah, and like I was saying for that big Johnson run, or Robinson, no, it is Michael Johnson, but with Rapid City, you really need to stop Washington, because 2 quick touchdowns, and if their offense just has another 3-0 like that, this game could start to get out of reach.
Johnson's tackled in the backfield for a loss, and that'll set up 3rd and 4 for Washington from the 10-yard line, and they've converted every 3rd down today, so let's see if they can convert another one here to move this drive or possibly punch it into the end zone. So Michael Johnson will come out of the game here, and I don't think there will be a back, no. 5 receivers out, trips to the right, 2 receivers to the left, Thompson in the gun. Be ready for a quarterback draw here. Thompson, quarterback draw up the middle, and he's going to be down at about the 1. Took a hard hit. Looked like Thompson was going to dive in.
Stop by number 32 and number 26, both there. To prevent him from getting in the end zone.
Yeah,
See, they should just go for it here. Or is it?
4th down, 1. It's a 1st down.
Yeah.
1st down and then go for the 1.
It looks like they're going to do just that.
Sneak it? Or just punch it up there with Johnson? I mean, it wouldn't throw here. Probably.
They might.
Maybe they will.
Nope.
Hand off, and he's going to score. Touchdown, Washington. And it is 12-0.
Michael Johnson has his 2nd touchdown of this game already.
Marions is going to come in for the extra point again. Unless Thompson's going to stay out there. It looks like they might go for 2.
And why not? I mean, this is the same side of the field that he just missed on 4 minutes ago, and you want to make it a 14-0, so.
Barons is in the game, which is strange too. And he's out left in the slot. 5 receivers out again. Thompson will take a quarterback run, and he's not. No, he might have reached in. No, they ruled him down. He's not going to get it.
He was down before.
So
they were
Washington
expecting.
leads 12-0.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was. You had 5 receivers. A couple of them were actually pretty wide open.
Just ran
It
the same
looked
play.
like, but
Yeah, I don't know why he'd run it
up the
2.
middle.
I mean, 2 out of the last 3 plays are obviously going to be expecting it this time around. So, instant call there, but still 12-0 Washington. A really
it's a
quick
nice,
start.
comfortable lead early. 6 minutes in the game is exactly what you want.
We
for
have to
Washington.
see Rapid City has to do something, because obviously, even though there were some pretty interesting kind of trick plays they ran, they gained, I think, 3 yards on the whole drive and had to punt. So
a missed extra point and a missed 2-point conversion, and it's 12-0 instead of 14-0 for the Warriors. And Rapid City will get the ball back for the 2nd time. Only halfway through the first quarter, already down 2 scores. Now what you want?
yeah, no, it's come out. I mean, you think they'd play with play a low emotion after being losing by 51 points? It looks like in their last game. And because usually after the games like that, the team gets really motivated. But right now, we'll see if that offense, that fun offense with Cole Meisman, can do something here.
The chance could have did the opposite, though. Losing that big.
Barons kicks off another good kick
Really.
down to almost the end zone. It's fumbled. He returns to the right side. If he can get the edge, he's got a long return, but he's going to get to the edge, but only to about the 13-yard line as Gavin Dansby fumbled the kickoff and was fortunate to get out of the 15-yard line. He could have easily been tackled down at about the 7.
And you can tell that Washington's team and most Sioux Falls teams, they're a lot more physical than what looks like the Rapid City athletes, and that could be an advantage in itself.
Oh yeah. Well, I know from being a former Washington student, they take the weight room really seriously over there, so that definitely helps here.
And a handoff there to Iverson, and he's
Yeah,
going to be.
Washington just looks a lot more physical than Rapid City at the moment.
And it'll be about no gain, maybe lost a yard even. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 15 for the Cobblers.
And with the Cobbler, this is also, they still are in the hunt for a playoff. But even being winless, with Washington being 2-5, if they win this game and can sort of win another game here, and Washington loses out, they'll have the head-to-head and be able to sneak in as the 8th seed. So season's not over yet for them.
But then you have to come to Sioux Falls 3 weeks in a row, which would be absolutely brutal.
Yeah, they would have to win out
And then play
and hope that other teams lose out.
And then play a Roosevelt team that just beat them 71-20. So.
Oh, they play Lincoln. Yeah.
Incomplete pass. This is the 3rd and 10.
So maybe not the year this year, but for
Could be very
Washington,
tough.
that they're coming off 4 amazing years, 4 straight trips to the Dome, and now fighting to sneak into the playoffs. And
But Roosevelt and Washington's got to play Roosevelt next week. And Roosevelt will probably be playing for something. Unless they would win and Lincoln would lose, then they would clinch the number 1 seed.
Another direct snap.
Actually, not necessarily, because O'Gorman, you got to think of O'Gorman too. Another run on 3rd
Is
and
that all they run? Is direct?
They
snaps.
didn't just throw a slant, but it was incomplete. And it's 4th down and 5 from the 20-yard line.
So
They do a lot of direct snaps. Well.
2 drives and 8 yards. So like I said, interesting offense, no doubt, but not sure how it's getting the results that are wanted. Like I said, it could just be the physicality too of Washington. Just
6'8" punter Hunter Hansen back.
there's some height.
Height, but not the distance you wanted.
Runner almost fumbled it, but we'll probably lose a yard or maybe just nothing.
Washington's going to get great field position again.
And Washington has a chance to go up by 3 scores now.
Yeah, if you're Central, this is a must-win game, or else you're mathematically eliminated.
Yeah. I
But,
believe Central was the team. No, I think Central did make it last year.
Yep.
I think it was Aberdeen last year who didn't make
No,
it.
Aberdeen was in. They played Roosevelt.
So Watertown?
It might have been Central.
Or Stephen? I don't know.
Thompson looks and runs again, and it'll gain about 3 yards to the 48-yard line. About 2 to the 49. It'll be 2nd and 8 for Washington. And Rapid City, they don't have the head-to-head over Aberdeen, too, so they need Aberdeen to lose out. I don't know. We're going to have to figure that out. Central first has just got to win 2 games.
Yeah, look for Michael Johnson to keep going. He's already got 8 touches for 48 yards and 2 touchdowns, so look for him to continue to just pound the ball.
Yeah, they definitely want to do that with Thompson still being a first-year quarterback here, trying to get him used to this team.
Play action pass from Thompson. Rolls right. Throws over the middle of the field, caught by Barons. Barons inside the 30-yard line. That's a good gain of about 19 yards, and Washington is well inside Rapid City territory now.
In my opinion, from what I've seen, the best Barons is at, he's a better receiver, I think, than running back, and I think that's what they're trying to now use him as with Michael Johnson and Blessing Tenai now being running backs they use. And you think quarterback draw right here?
Possibly.
Nope.
Thompson, he's gonna. He looks downfield. He's got a wide open Barons almost.
Just
Made a
overthrew him
great
a hair.
pass.
That's a touchdown right there if he just gets the throw in time, yeah.
And it'll be 2nd and 10 for Washington from the 29-yard line. It's a good play. He was wide open on just what looked like just a simple go route down the field.
Yeah, and I mean, looking at this Central defense, I mean, you can see why they're 0-7 right now. I mean, you just look at their defense. There's wide open guys down the field.
Does the defense look undersized?
I would say that too. Yeah, they're a little short than
Thompson
other
takes
teams.
the pass, another bubble screen to Piper. Good block from Tyus Hansen. Piper's going to have a first down at about the 19-yard line. And Washington just keeps on rolling. They maybe had one negative play all game, and it was just a 1-yard loss from Michael Johnson. So this team just keeps rolling right now. Washington sitting at 2-5. They'll be 3-5 at the win until they play Roosevelt next week to end the season. Then they'll probably hit the road for a playoff game. As Thompson takes the snap and he hands it off to Johnson. Johnson up the middle, breaks a tackle down to about the 3-yard line. And Washington is knocking on the door to score again.
And Rhodes should be used lightly in there, considering that they'll probably play Roosevelt or Lincoln, so pretty much just switching sides at Hardwood.
And based by this first quarter, I mean, you could feel what kind of a game this is going to be.
You're Washington. You also want to avoid playing Roosevelt in the first round. That's a dangerous team right now. They've just
Everyone in the top 4 with Roosevelt, Lincoln, Brandon Valley, and O'Gorman are all really good.
Yeah.
It's nice to finally see Lincoln up there after a few years of sort of treading water at the bottom.
They were expected to definitely be a little better, but not this. Definitely nobody expected this. They're 6-1
beaten
right
everyone
now.
except Roosevelt.
Except Roosevelt. And Washington will take a timeout. We'll take a quick break. And there's 1:52 left in quarter number 1. It's Washington 12, Rapid City 0. We'll be back in about 30 seconds.
Unrivaled agility and SDN's managed cybersecurity services help Hank connect and serve all of his office locations with ease. Up your IT game with SDN's reliable broadband network. Enjoy the uptime.
Welcome back to Howard Field in this presentation of high school football. It's 12-0 Washington. The Warriors are getting ready to pound it in again. As Thompson's been in the gun almost all game, he is again. Thompson looks left, and he avoids the sack, and he's going to run in for the touchdown. It looked like Thompson's going to be about a 10-yard loss, possible 8, 9, 10-yard loss on the sack, but he gets in for the touchdown, and Washington has their 3rd touchdown of the game in the first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, looking at this defense, they're not physical enough to stop Washington right now.
Looking at this replay, I mean, Thompson
again.
Sort of seems like, they could have been a little more physical, I think, in hitting him. I think they sort of...
They're going to go for 2 again.
This can't be a quarterback draw. They have the box filled. That'd be really...
Thompson got a bunch of time. He's going to fire to a wide open receiver, but looks like Thompson threw it a little behind Thomas Peterson, and Washington will fail their second 2-point conversion plus the missed extra point. So after 3 touchdowns, it is 18-0. You do not see that very often.
No, that's a pretty odd score, and yeah, it's pretty odd that the team has missed on 3 opportunities to get some more points after the touchdown.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's 5 points right there.
Yeah, so that's now in other games we'd be saying, oh, is this going to come back to bite them? But
yeah, most likely now with
barring a complete offensive stalling for the next 3 quarters. It's weird saying. I mean, I never say it in the first quarter that this game's, but this just doesn't. Yeah, this has been rough for Rapid City. Not trying to say anything negative about Rapid City. It's been a really rough quarter.
Luke Barons will get to kick it off again. Rapid City, let's stick to the positives. Still have plenty of time to turn it around. You get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, and I mean, if
Washington
Washington can score 18 points, I mean, who says Rapid City can't?
Yeah, like I said, that offense too. It's so it's unique. I haven't seen other teams here run it, so you'd think that'd give them an advantage. You'd think, but I guess.
I mean, at the
Teams
same
just
time,
prepare
if you run the same play over and over again, I mean, teams are going to catch on to it.
It appears most teams have.
Yep.
I mean,
Close calls, but
I mean, every now and then that's a great play to use.
Something to use, a couple
That's
times a
regular
game,
off.
but
Yeah, but I mean, if you're using it 20, 30 times a game, I don't think that's going to be effective against defenses.
Because now when you're down, 10 quarterbacks who run spread offense and trouble options aren't usually the best throwers. So it's sort of like if you're down this much, do you really even?
he stripped it out.
Oh.
Yeah, ball came out.
And
Looks like Washington's got it.
the officials never blew it dead.
Wow.
The Washington just straight up took the ball out of Gavin Dansby's
This
hands.
could be one of those games.
That's just.
We
And Washington might be able to push the score up to 24 or 25 to nothing at the end of the first quarter.
whatever it is, it's going to be a weird scoring game because of this. These 2-point.
Well, 24 nothing isn't too.
It's 24 or nothing. No.
Isn't as weird of a score, but you'd think it'd be 3 touchdowns and a field goal, but it'd be 4 touchdowns.
They should
They'll
just
probably go for 2 again.
Just honestly intentionally just miss the extra point. Keep it nice, clean 24 nothing score.
It might eventually work out clean.
I mean, you always want to get more points, but
Yeah.
definitely I see where you're coming from.
Thompson looks
That's
downfield. He
pressure.
avoids the sack again. He does throw, but it's incomplete, way behind Piper. And it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Warriors. As it's just not been a good. There's not many Cobbler fans over there, just traveling all the way across the state, and it's just been a season to forget. Let's say for Rapid City. Doesn't look like there's a few seniors. I wouldn't say there's a overwhelming amount of seniors though, but there are a lot. But they could have some young talent on this roster that we just haven't seen yet, as Thompson throws another bubble screen out to Piper. Piper cuts back to the right inside the 5, touchdown, Washington, and it was 24-0.
Well,
Yeah, like I said, I mean, if it's just that Rapid City defense is just not physical enough to stop Washington. I mean, it's just not what Rapid City wants, and
Looks like they're going to go for 2 again.
it's a disastrous start for Rapid City, but unfortunately, it's kind of been how things have gone this season for them.
yeah.
They're going to go for 2 for the 4th time. Or,
I mean, like you
3rd
said,
time.
though, they've hung in there in close
And it's-
games, but
It's almost like the same form. Oh, this is different, but every other two's kind of been the same formation. But
low
Thompson
snap.
with a fade to Hansen. Hansen
Oh.
makes a great catch
Wow.
for the 2-point conversion.
Great
right
catch.
back to Odell Hansen Jr.
That was
Yep.
not as good as his one down on the the Washington sideline, but still another great catch over his head. And it's 26-0 Washington with 1:15 left to go in quarter number 1.
Yeah, this is.
And we'll take a very quick break before the kickoff. It's 26-0 Washington with 1:15 left in the first quarter. Welcome back to Howard Field in this presentation of high school football. Barons will kick off for the 2nd time in 30 seconds, and they'll have another good boot close to the end zone. And it is fielded cleanly this time by Darrow. Darrow cuts back to the right. Looked like he might have fumbled it. It might have been another fumble, but he's down at about the 17-yard line.
Yeah, I thought that
That's
too.
right.
Just the way that happened, but no. So we'll see Meisman again. And yeah, just see if maybe, like I said, quarterbacks who run triple options aren't always the best throwers. Meisman could be, but it's in this situation you got to start kind of throwing if you do have those plays in your playbook, because
Yeah, I would say they should probably start throwing those plays away. Start throwing the ball or giving the ball off to the running back.
Meisman
There they
takes the
go.
snap. He's going to pass it. He's going to look downfield, a wobbly throw, and it
But he caught.
Oh, that would have been another.
Almost another good catch
Had it
by
in his
Jeremy
hands, but dropped it. Wow.
Whiteman.
This has been a game of great catches and great almost catches. Definitely.
Not a horrible throw by Meisman.
Just a
Was
little wobbly, yeah.
Yeah, a little
Wasn't
wobbly.
the prettiest looking of passes, but it still got there.
Doesn't look like we have too much wind. There's a little wind, but I don't know. I don't think it's enough to affect the game
wobbly
too
throw,
much.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's 2nd and 10 for the Cobblers from their own 17-yard line. A little under 10 seconds left on the play clock. 1 minute left to go in quarter number 1. Meisman looks to throw again, but the Washington defense is just all over him there. It's another sack. We'll bring up 3rd down as Trevor Sagnus is there for the sack, and it is 3rd down and 17. And Rapid City will probably run one more play.
Yeah, that was just a great physical tackle by Trevor there, number 55.
And you got to think, I wouldn't say now that they'd pull Max Townsend, but probably after a couple more drives.
Probably I'd say second half if it's still like this, because you don't want to pull it too close, because in case they come back, then you look.
I mean, there's
really,
still a lot of time
you look
left.
bad putting
the
your
first
starter,
quarter
yeah.
isn't even over yet.
No, I wouldn't even think they'd
Timeout by
pull
Rapid
Thompson
City.
until half.
Maybe Washington, but
Yeah, well, Rapid City called the timeout.
we'll take I believe it's just a 30-second timeout, so we'll take about a 20-second break. You are watching Sioux Falls, Washington, and Rapid City on KLRN. Welcome back to Howard Field in this presentation of high school football. It's 3rd and 16. Meisman back to throw. He's going to be trying and run, and he'll get positive yardage for about 10 yards to the 21-yard line, and that will probably take us to the end of the first quarter.
And I can't help but notice he reminds me of Lamar Jackson. Number 8 and just a running QB, it looks like. And
end of the first quarter, well,
Or
so maybe Washington calling a timeout, forcing them to punt.
are they trying to get the punt with the wind? I wonder.
Probably try to make.
I didn't think the wind was crazy.
We
but
saw that
that's
earlier this
okay.
year with O'Gorman, but it was extreme winds
that
during
was-
the President's
yeah.
Bowl.
Oh yeah, that was.
That was
The
brutal
wind,
winds.
I looked
And
at
it was
the
a
wind.
smart
It's-
timeout.
It's out of the southwest.
That was a smart timeout call by O'Gorman. I wouldn't say as much here because it's a 26-0 game, but I mean maybe Frederick will.
Obviously, yeah, they're trying to whatever the wind. It's coming from the way that it would harm Rapid to punt into it. So that's interesting. Yeah.
I honestly, I would say that's a pretty good timeout because, I mean, what else are they going to really use that timeout for?
Yeah.
I mean, they're up big already. They
I don't see
really
him. I don't
need
see him
to-
trying to do a 2-minute drill
Yeah.
before the half is over.
I like that timeout call because, again, they're
You have
punting
free.
into
You
the
might as well
wind.
use them. Yeah.
Now, fun fact: Rapid City has more possession time than Washington. We found that out over the break. It's not too rare in a blowout game like
Interesting.
this. Usually, the offense just kind of rolls down the field, and the punt is up and low kick, but a good roll
wow.
by Rapid City, and Washington's gonna be pinned back.
And the timeout doesn't
deep in
pay
their own
off.
and
No,
yeah,
it does
Washington's
not.
gonna be pinned back in their own territory for the.
You'd think if the wind
first
was
time
going
all
that
night.
way,
I mean, if you keep it
Yeah.
low like that, you're not going to – it's going to roll like that. So, I mean,
Yeah.
that was good.
And
Smart
at the end
decision
of the
by the
first
punter.
quarter,
Yeah.
it is Washington 26, Rapid City 0. We'll be back in about a minute, 30 seconds to a minute. You are watching Washington and Rapid City on the Howard Field YouTube channel and KLRN.
Powerful and playful. Delicate and precise. Bold and carefree. It's the way you move, and it moves us. To deliver care for your whole family. To provide options beyond the expected. To help you leave pain in the past and find your way forward. Orthopedics and sports medicine at Sanford Health. Health lives here.
And it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Warriors from their own 22-yard line after as just overthrown.
Yeah, Max Thompson looking good. 7 for 10, 99 yards, 1 touchdown pass.
Yeah, mine's been 0 for 2, and yeah, but hey, Hunter Hansen with a 58 or so yard punt. That was a shining moment there.
As Thompson's got all day to throw again, he's going to keep it. He's got a man coming up behind him as a good tackle by Wyatt Youngblood.
I understand it's 26-0, but I would say probably it'd be best to throw that ball away instead of keeping it there.
Yeah.
And risk injury too.
Yeah, like I said, he's already did miss, I believe, 2 games for them. So definitely, you want to keep Thompson safe here.
And there'll be a run to Johnson. He's going to break it for a first down and more up to about the 41-yard line. And it looked like Rapid City was maybe going to get off the field, but a first down by Johnson, and the drive continues.
Yeah, I mean, good run, just taking advantage of a struggling defense.
Yeah, and we'll see how. Yeah, Michael Johnson, he's gonna have a heck of a game because you don't pass in these kind of games for Washington. You just keep it on the ground.
And Thompson looks to throw. He's going to throw downfield. He's got an open receiver, but he just overthrew him.
That could have been he might have been tackled, but that would have at least been a pretty long gain. Yeah, well, it's kind of fun how these games work. One team should be passing for most, so the other team at this point should just be running a lot. But
I would say if he caught that in stride, I think he would have been gone.
Stride, yeah.
Yeah,
well, we'll never know.
It's just Washington has just been the receivers have just every play have been beating the Central secondary.
Which is good to see because Washington lost pretty much all their starting receivers from last year. So it's good to see these guys having a...
It'll be a handoff to Johnson. He cuts to the left, and he'll get about 7-8 yards. He's
outside...
showed a good fight towards the end, and it'll be 3rd and short for Washington.
Outside of Cole Holstein, who is a backup wide receiver last year and kind of started this year, but I believe he might be out for the season, or at least I don't think it's in this game, with a severe knee injury that he had, I think, in the President's Bowl. But yeah, but they seem to be doing fine here.
Short and a handoff to Johnson up the middle. He's going to be close, and it looks like he got the first down. And they'll move the chains into Cobbler territory for like they have been forever drive today. Just over the 10-minute mark, 26-0 Washington. And yeah, it will be a first down. And maybe after this possession, there will be this possession, and maybe after the next possession is when they'll pull Max Thompson if they would score a touchdown with these drives.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we'll see what the Thompson clock
pass
is.
Looks downfield, and another missed throw.
He's overthrowing a lot of his receivers.
So he's missed a touchdown. Now, they did end up scoring, I believe, on that drive anyway, but and this drive, he had 2 missed throws by Thompson. I don't know if he played last week in Brandon, so maybe it could be a thing of a little rust, but...
Yeah, I mean, if you're the coach, you like to see a big lead early, but, I mean, at the same time,
hasn't been the best play from Thompson.
Yeah, Thompson, you'd like to see more out of your quarterback.
As it's 2nd and 10 for Washington. That actually has been coming down.
Never used to run these formations, so that's interesting to see. They've run it like 5 times this game.
A fake, and he's going to go downfield to Hansen.
Overthrew him again.
Yeah.
A lot of overthrows.
You got to think they might see another run here. As Aiden Brink, the left guard,
I think this could be a good thing for Max Thompson to kind of, in this type of game, just try to figure things out with his throwing and give him some more opportunities. But I think on 3rd down here, probably a run.
Probably a run. It's 3rd and 2 or...
Johnson has been doing really well running the ball. So.
Another pass, just a screen That's why he was left unblocked, but a tackle in the backfield.
Good stop by Rapid City.
I was going to say, that's the first time I've seen Thompson really pressured like that today, but yeah, it's because of the screen. So Washington will punt now for the first time. And
Yeah, very nice stop by the defense.
You got to feel bad for those Central fans over there because they got to stare right into the sun. They're all putting their hands up to try and block the sun over there.
Definitely shout out to those guys. I mean, those
came a
are
6-hour
diehards.
drive, yeah. But a little more than before the game, so
those are the
good to
diehard
see.
fans over there.
A lot of parents probably.
No, see, I don't really. Could be some students, but I don't see like a
Section.
makeshift student section. No.
Yeah.
Usually aren't. And a high snap, a great catch by Behrens, and he gets the punt away.
Yeah,
It's a
he's lucky
high
that didn't
punt.
get blocked. Great.
And he'll let it
Great
bounce.
punt.
A good bounce, and Washington will pin it
Great
inside the
punt.
5.
Wow.
What a turn of events there. Looked like Central might have had the ball at the 25, 30-yard line, but Behrens, a wide
Great
receiver,
punter by
slash
Luke
running back,
Behrens.
made a great catch.
Making a statement after that missed extra point. That was very impressive.
And Central, that's the last thing they want, is to get pinned back at their own 3. Because now they're just a botched snap.
Yeah,
or
this is one of those
anything.
situations where you tell your offensive line, you guys have to protect here. You cannot allow a safety.
And that could be dangerous here. Washington, as we said, the physicality advantage here could just storm through the line.
Yeah.
So and obviously Rapids gonna be thinking, ooh, could this be a rare Meisman pass here? I think.
I mean, they've went to him
motion.
a few times to
And
throw
a
it.
handoff sweep, and he's going to have a decent gain out to the right side, about a 5-yard gain.
Nice.
It'll be
That pretty much
second
takes away
about 4.
any
Yeah.
safety probabilities.
I like that play call because you don't worry about the time he needs to get to throw the ball. If you have enough blockers on that sweep to get him out and like I said, pretty much take out the safety here.
I mean, barring a high snap
Yeah,
or
high
a bobble
snap.
snap or something.
And it'll be 2nd and 4 for the Cobblers. That might be their biggest gain of the night. Actually, Meisman had a 9-yard run last drive on 3rd and 16. So that's their biggest gain. Meisman in the gun again, takes a snap, handoff, or his keeper actually.
He got pounded.
And he'll gain about 3, and it'll be 3rd and short for Rapid City, and a possibility to convert a first down for the first time today. So already a better second quarter than first quarter.
Yeah, and you got to think, so the wind obviously is going the other way than we thought it was with the timeout because there have been 2 nice punts now towards that end. So kind of wonder why Washington did call that timeout then, because, like I said, the wind would seem to be almost in the advantage here.
And it's 3rd and 1 for Rapid City.
And Cole
They're at
Meisman,
12.
he's only thrown the ball 2 times in this game.
Only tripped over his own man,
Yeah.
and looks like he's still got the first down. It's
Yeah,
very
he might
close.
have got it.
It's very
I
close.
think he got it.
Well, Meisman, he is physical. We talk about them being
And
on
they
strikes,
rolled
but
a
he's
first down, first touchdown of
6'5".
the game for Rapid City.
So obviously he's got the height. 170, not the weight as much, but still 30 pounds actually lighter than Thompson. So
I'd like to see Rapid City go to their running back, Jeremy Weedman here.
hand it off, not just like a direct snap.
That's
like
what I'm
just,
saying. Yeah, just maybe give him some touches. I mean, he's had a couple of carries in this game for 11 yards. So, I mean, maybe give him a few carries here. See what he has.
Take a direct snap and a handoff
That's a triple option, right?
to the left, and a decent gain for Rapid City up to about the 20-yard line. As Jeremy Weedman, no, it wasn't. He was the one who threw it. I think that counts as a pass for Weedman because he shoveled it forward and he shoveled it to Rasby for a gain of 7.
Well, that's interesting. Yeah, like I said, those kind of plays, you work them in a couple times a game and they can sometimes work, but a whole offense with them is
like being your whole offensive playbook
Could
is
cause
just
problems.
those plays. Yeah. It's a very interesting
Another
style.
direct
I've
snap,
never
the same,
seen that
the same
before.
play just to the other side.
Can't
And
speak
that's
for the
gonna
rest
go
of
for
the
about
guys here,
2. He was close to the first down. That was Liam Porter, a fullback. You don't see many of
but I don't know
those
if I've
anymore.
ever seen this kind of an offense.
no, like
And
I
it's a first down.
Like you said, yeah, it's interesting. I saw it last year for this same game here, but which is interesting. You think they'd swap every other year when they go out, but
I think Rapid City at this point is just trying to milk the clock a little bit, so Washington just can't put up a beating. And they've already had the ball for a few minutes now.
Yeah, and it's their best address, so maybe it's slowly but surely going to work here.
Meesman to
There's his first completion of the game.
Yep, to the left for about 2, and that was to Rob Weber for about a 2-yard gain and a 2nd and 8 for Rapid City from their own 25.
So already halfway through the second quarter, it's 5:42. I mean, this game's going to finish
Quickly.
at this pace before 7 o'clock.
We might have a 1.5 hour
Break
difference
in between, yeah.
between the 2 games.
That's rare.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of times it runs over.
Yeah.
Meisman fakes it. It's going to look downfield. Decent pass, and it
That was
is
a
caught.
very
Nice
good throw.
catch.
Good play there to
Great
Jerry
catch as
Weedman.
well. Wow.
And Rapid City is down to the Washington 38-yard line. So by far their best drive of the game. They've got
And their best play.
Yeah, best play of the game too. Yep.
You just got him in single coverage with Frederick. Frederick's a good corner, don't get me wrong, but yeah, single coverage.
Yeah, that was a beautiful pass. I mean, it was a little wobbly, but I mean, I would take a very accurate pass over.
My question is,
ball.
will they keep doing that? Because they've had 2 deep passes. One was almost a nice catch, and one right there was the catch. So you think maybe try it again? It seems to work, or almost.
I mean, you don't want to do it every single
not every
play,
play,
but
but
yeah, I mean, get the passing game more involved. Yeah,
rolls
there it is.
Rolls to the right and
oh,
it's just out of the reach
it was open too.
Yeah,
Young Claus. And it's
and you
second and
argue
10.
if that should have been caught.
2nd and 10 for the Cowboys, and they might just go for it on 4th down here. At this point, you're down by a lot. You get the ball to start the second half, so you think if you can score a touchdown, possibly get it to start the second half and score another touchdown, you're sort of back in it.
Yeah.
And it's only
They do
2nd and
have
10.
the win sort of helping them. So you wonder maybe if they would go for a field goal or not.
Meesman gives it off to the left to Iverson. Iverson cuts back for a gain of about 4, and then he'll set up 3rd and 6 for Rapid City.
Yeah, definitely trying to avoid what happened in the Roosevelt game there, and long drives like this, yeah, can make it close, can get you back in it to win, and yeah, definitely.
I mean, they got a long way to go, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible.
The only thing is the offense looks good. Now we have to see the defense be able to stop Wash, and I guess they did.
No,
They did stop them, yeah. They finally were able. So they've shown that they can
So,
stop them.
Right
but
now, yeah, this is
whether they
best-
can do it consistently, that's
No,
going to be what.
Yeah, this is best the
Question
teams
mark.
look. The whole teams look definitely during the game. So we'll see.
And you got to think, where's this been the whole first quarter? Or is this the whole first quarter? Or they're just 3 and outs and a handoff to the right, and he's going to be close, and it looks like he got the first down. So the 4th first down of the game.
I like that
Rasby.
play call.
Yeah. When did they got this? When did this drive start? With it's now
Probably
2:48 to
about
play.
8-9 minutes. And they
So,
just think
yeah.
they started back at their own 3, and we're just thinking, well, just can't give up a safety.
Yeah,
and
just
now they're
avoid the safety,
driving.
and now could get a touchdown here.
No clue what their kicker's range is. Nathan Garcia, the freshman. If that is their kicker, I don't know, but he's listed as a kicker, and I don't see any others. So Nathan Garcia, the freshman, might be their kicker.
Interesting here.
And to the left, Rasby again, and he'll get another good gain of about 6 yards. And it's 2nd and 4 now. Rapid City just keeps. They might finish
Rasby's
this
looking
half.
pretty good.
They might just finish this half on a 9-minute drive.
Yeah, I like how they're starting to be able to break tackles and stuff, getting a little more physical here
Yeah.
on offense.
Yeah, not just running straight up the middle, because that's where they've ran into trouble. Just run the outsides.
And I mean, they're definitely spreading the ball around now. We'll see if they continue to do that.
And it's 2nd and 4 for Rapid City. As Meisman back to pass again. And it's another handoff to Rasby. And he's going to cut back and have a first down. So minute and a half left. Rapid City's got to start thinking a little bit about hurrying it up a little bit.
Yeah,
Clock's running.
they're definitely being slow paced here. I'm a little surprised they're not going no huddle, down as much as they are, and time is not really on their side right now.
And the Rapid City is in the red zone for the first time today. 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line. And this team can put up points. At least they put up a 6, but after that it's 14. So this team hasn't been shut out yet all year. Meisman is going to take it himself to the right. He's going to cut back down to about the 11-yard line. for a gain of about 6, but under a minute left. Rapid City still does have 2 timeouts. They might have to think about using soon. Looks like you might be using one now. Nope. But they got to go fast. 45 seconds left on the game clock. You definitely want to try and pound this in.
They're not really having an urgency.
They have 2 timeouts.
I think they might use one after this play.
Yeah.
Now I wonder if I would hope they're aware of the clock right now. 30 seconds left. They're taking an awful long time to snap the ball. Yeah. Measman's going to pass. He looks to the end zone. It is caught. Touchdown.
There you go.
By
Rapid City on the board.
Youngclaws. And Rapid City is on the board. It's 26-6. The question is, do they go for 1 or 2?
I mean, that was a great drive. I mean,
great drive by Rapid City. It took about 8-9 minutes off the
97-yard drive.
So it's still a
possession time's about to come in.
21.
It's gonna.
It's a 20-point game. So I mean, 19 or 18-point game doesn't, or 18. No, 18 doesn't make a difference.
I mean,
we're gonna go for 2 here.
You technically could, if you go for 2 and then get 2 more touchdowns and a field goal.
Yeah, you're right.
And an extra point or a 2-point conversion.
Carry to the right, and he's going to get in. And Weedman gets in for the 2-point conversion, and it is 26-8.
So they're making it a little more interesting. 18-point game now.
That was probably the best. I mean, obviously Washington scored, but I think that was the best drive of any team. I mean, they just went 97 yards and took up the whole second
That's probably.
quarter.
I mean, I would say that's Rapid City's best drive of the season.
Yeah.
97.
I wouldn't doubt that either. I mean, I haven't watched any other games.
That could be anyone's best. That could be the whole state's best drive of the season.
It was a very slow, methodical drive, but I mean, anytime you get a touchdown going 97 yards, that's very impressive.
There's a nice flashy pass there.
Yeah, the deep pass, too. They had a little bit of everything, too. They had a couple of their typical read option plays, direct snaps. They had a deep throw. They had a few handoffs in there, a couple short passes too. I mean, they really had a mix of everything that drive.
Now Rapid City just can't allow Washington to take one all the way back to the house or have a long play. I would assume Washington would just nail the clock.
As the band gets ready for their halftime performance, they're
Washington
out there.
Marching band.
And Rapid City will kick off. As it's Rasby who will kick this off.
Interesting. The running back.
And a short kick.
Wow.
Fielded at about the 28 by Tyus Hansen. Or maybe not, but brings it to about the 39.
If it wasn't an 18-point game.
Yeah, it wasn't Tyus Hansen. But
if it wasn't an 18-point game, there was like 10 more seconds, I'd say they should take a shot or 2 downfield. Oh, they don't have any.
And I'm interested.
They want timeout.
I'm interested as to why he was kicking that. I wonder why they weren't using their kicker. He's listed as a running back.
Possibly their kicker didn't make the trip. He's only a freshman. I would think he would, but.
I think being the kicker, you'd make the trip, but.
Interesting.
Maybe. I mean, there's people. You have a lot of players on a football team that can kick if needed. I mean.
There's
always emergency kickers. Like Washington has at least 2 besides. Or actually, no, not true. But Freddie Frederick, the corner, he can kick.
We got a timeout here.
Washington taking a time. Oh, Rapid
City's gonna burn.
Did Washington look like they were gonna actually try a play there, or more of just a run? Do you think?
Probably. I don't. I mean, they still have a timeout. They
do have one. They can get a deep play. Honestly,
the Hail Mary range still about the 40-yard line where Thompson can just put it up there.
I can see it going either way. I mean, I could see why they wouldn't do it. With only 15 seconds and they don't want to run up the score.
They don't get the ball.
So I mean, turnover.
You could make an argument that Rapid gets the ball. I mean, Rapid gets a ball started second half, scores, and it's 26-16, and now it's
And I mean, if you're Washington too, you want to put the Rapid City away. You don't want to give them any shot to come back in this thing when it's an elimination game for Rapid City.
Completely came out firing in the first quarter. Now they've had the second quarter.
If I were Washington, I'd try to get a deep pass or maybe a quick out route out of bounds. But
Thompson fumbled the snap a little bit.
Well,
Johnson takes out the middle for a good gain.
That's going to get them.
And they'll probably use a timeout.
Where they want. That's going to get them to where they want.
He's going to use a timeout. 6 seconds left, and Washington will be able to throw a Hail Mary.
So now, do you throw a Hail Mary or do you go like a quick out route out of bounds and maybe get a field goal?
I'm not sure what. I'm not sure what. I don't think Barron's range is this great on it.
They probably got to get it to about the 15.
You have about 4. They have about 4 to 5 seconds to work with, so you can probably go about 15 yards.
My opinion is get inside the 25 is what I think you need.
I
That's gonna
think
be
I
tough
think
in
they
6 seconds.
yeah, it's gonna be really tough, but they could get that within 4 to 5 seconds. But we'll see what
Or
they
maybe
do.
they want a little more room for Thompson to get a better Hail Mary. Maybe because I haven't seen him throw that. Well, I guess they have the win, so. Or
They have the. We
Yeah,
should
they
think
do
they
have the
win.
win somewhat. Yeah, they have it at their backs, in a kind
And you've got big receivers like Ty Sanson and Josh
throw it up
Piper.
to yeah. I mean, I would say.
I would say either throw it up to Hansen or just try to
throw
get
it
like
on the right,
get
throw it
like
up
an
on the
out
right.
route, get about 15 yards.
Rapid's going to go and prevent here pretty much.
And
That's going to be the
Thompson
final play
rolls
regardless.
to the right. It's going to be the last play.
No, he
throws it
he
around.
didn't have time to
Set his
step up.
feet,
Yeah, set his
yeah.
feet. That's the problem.
And that's
Either
the
way,
end-
they're up by 18. So I mean,
Can't complain too much if you're Washington.
Yeah.
End of the first half, they got up to 26 points at the end of the first quarter, but Rapid City went on that long touchdown drive to cut it to 26-8. Rapid City will start the second half with the ball. It's Washington 26, Rapid City 8. You're watching Sioux Falls, Washington, and Rapid City Central on the Howard Woodfield YouTube channel. And KLRN will be back at about the 1 minute mark before the second half. Welcome back to Howard Wood Field in this presentation of high school football. My name is Brent Bowen, and I am joined tonight by August Mills and Riley Tufts. Today's broadcast is being produced by Matt May. Our camera operators are Mark Johnson, Jeff Little, and Madison Goff. You can watch this game anytime on the Howard Wood Field YouTube channel, and tonight's game will be rebroadcasted on K-Learn. We are ready to start the second half, and Luke Behrens will kick off to the Cobblers, who had a great end of the first half on a good drive that took about 9 minutes. That was a short kick, though, and it is taken out to about the 26-yard line by Rasby, and the Cobblers will look to repeat what they did at the end of the second quarter.
And like you said, so we'll see the Cobbler offense here with Cole Meisman. Really poor first few drives, but he was able to orchestrate a 97-yard touchdown drive that took pretty much the whole second quarter. And we'll see what he does here as the Meisman.
I'm interested to see how this defense comes back to after struggling really bad in that last drive, just letting them kind of just keep chipping away. But good start there.
Yeah, and like I said, the handoff there on the right just goes for almost nothing there to Rasby. So really what they did, what the Cowboys did best was they ran some of their kind of interesting offense, but they did pass, and Meisman will have to pass here if Rapid City wants to be able to get back in this game. And he stands sort of in the pistol on these. He's pretty much been a pistol offense here. That's a direct snap, and that's going to be running on the left side, and being tackled down to 20 is Rasby again. So
just couldn't quite get the edge there. If he could have gotten the edge, he could have been close to a big game, but he just couldn't quite get there.
That wasn't so not the best start here. Now facing a 3rd and 17, which is exactly what you don't want. Coming out, I wouldn't say they had the momentum, but they had stopped Washington, and they went down and scored, and stopped Washington again on the final play of the half, so they're still in it. They just got to be able to quick score, but drives that take up the whole quarter can be problematic because Meisman on 3rd and 17, good snap, drops back, under pressure, rolls right, and he's going to be sacked.
Well, it's a good start for the Washington defense. Good response after just letting them just kind of bully them down the field on the last drive of the second quarter. They get a nice 3-and-out there. It's going to be like 4th and 30 almost.
We'll see how this punt goes. Punts going this direction have been great and resulted in pins inside a pin inside the 5 and another good one. So we'll see how long this punt is here. See what it's not gonna get the bounce. Retrieved at the 45 by Frederick. Frederick on the left side cuts inside. Freddie Frederick across midfield to the 42-yard line. So Washington has a short field here, and we'll see what Max Thompson can do.
This offense they didn't really get a whole lot of chances. They only got really one realistic chance in the second quarter, and they didn't score. And they still made a decent drive down the field. So this offense has just been on fire so far today. But they struggled a little bit in their last possession.
So we'll get Thompson the shotgun and hand off to Johnson. On the right side, he cuts inside the 40. Breaks the tackle, inside 35, inside the 30, and like we said, the physicality here clearly on Washington's side as Michael Johnson gets a nice gain there. It'll be a 1st down.
And Washington just continues to drive that football. They're down to the 27 now. They're just continuing to just going back to what they were doing in the first half and just showing them that Rapid City's not coming back in this game.
See how Thompson.
It's another he got stuffed up there, but it's usually been working. Johnson he's had a lot of yards, and he's got a couple touchdowns in this game. But Rapid City, good job stopping her up there. Now can they kind of do it a couple more times to get off the field?
Yeah, Michael Johnson looking good. 13 carries, 116 yards, 2 touchdowns in this game so far. And Washington's driving again.
Here's Thompson. dramatic pass, firing middle,
It's
looking
way
end
overshot.
zone.
Wow.
Is that
Almost
intercepted?
Wow.
Did he
I
get both
thought-
feet in? I thought maybe one of his feet might have hit the white.
That's an interception. So Rapid City now with the turnover. So once again, the defense stops Washington for the third possession in a row. And now Meisman and company definitely got to take advantage of this. You're only down by 18. That's a 3-possession game. But with 8:27 in the third quarter, you still have time.
And you
But-
saw what they did at the end of the second quarter. So
Now, like I said, for their sake, I don't think they're able to take up the whole third quarter on this drive
Yeah.
because eventually time will run out.
yep.
So we'll just see how Meisman can do. I think you go for passing here, or some passes, and that's a direct snap again to Raspy. And Raspy on the left side gets a block and falls forward to the 26. So solid game there. It seems like the outside runs have worked better than the inside runs for
definitely.
Rapid City.
Inside runs have just. I honestly would not doubt if the inside runs have gone for
Negative yardage.
negative yardage. That'd probably be counting sacks though too. Because you're doing inside run, you're not gonna lose. I mean, you could lose 5 yards, but it'd be very unlikely.
So we'll see how Meisman, once again, interesting pistol formation here, and another direct snap, and there's a flag. I think someone moved for Central.
Could be an illegal formation too.
Yeah, that too. I haven't
Usually
seen
they
that.
blow it dead right. Illegal shift. So that'll push the drive back. It'll be
Tough to
second.
hear
and
the
9.
officials.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of that this season.
Well,
And it
we're
looks
we're
like-
also without our crowd mic, but yeah, it's officiating mics have been, spotty.
Looks like the Rough Riders are warming up over there, and they'll get ready to play Watertown after this. Looks like Watertown's here. And they might be in the locker room, but you can see the players actually just look like they're walking in right now.
The nice new locker room complex that was completed, I think, 2 years ago. Really nice here, and that's incomplete pass there, and
Good throw, but
It just out of the hands of Young Claus, who had the
Young Claus.
good coverage
He's-
by number 2,
the
Freddie
touchdown.
Frederick.
Yeah,
Young
he had
Claus
the touchdown. So he's, I think Meisman missed him on a pass earlier on that drive. And well, it's the weather here. Warriors have Hawaiian theme today. It's not quite Hawaiian weather, but it's not quite South Dakota weather either. It's 60-some degrees, nice day for late October. So probably the last good weather you'll get for a football game.
For a while, yeah.
Yeah,
Probably the rest of the year.
yeah, for the rest of the year. And Meisman.
Looks like it's
No.
going to cool down.
Oh, he's going to
next week.
actually keep it, and he's going to get out of it and throw
Deep.
deep. Is that caught?
Wow.
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 What a catch.
Great throw. Even
That was
maybe
Young
an even
Claw
better
again.
catch. But I don't know. That throw was very good. He
was great.
He was chased.
Got out of it.
Had to just throw it.
Went down as soon as he threw it.
That really was a gorgeous pass. That was really, really good. I mean, he was on the run. Guy right next to him, and wow.
So Meisman now, once again, so this is their deep pass on this drive, and we'll see if that can result in another touchdown because of that. And Raspy up the middle. Yep, not gonna go anywhere. Up the middle, that's where the Warriors are physical. That's where they've, like I said, they take the weight room very seriously at WHS. And up the middle, that's where you're going to find the biggest and beefiest guys.
Yeah.
And Raspy is he is 5'5", 185. So yeah, I'm not. Well, he's not more of an outside guy. He's a short, quick guy. He's not the bulldozer you can plunge up the middle. Meisman now on a rollout, and he's actually just going to keep it. Gains a few yards. So what are your guys' thoughts on Cole Meisman here?
Well, he's been definitely had a good drive. He had the good pass down the field. I'd like to see them roll the ball to him a little more though, because it just hasn't. He's probably only got 4 or 5 completions maybe. He does have a touchdown pass though, and he's showed the ability to run the ball decently well.
Yeah, I agree. I think they should let him throw the ball more. He's only thrown the ball 8 times, 4 completions. So, I mean, that was a really good throw there on that earlier in the drive. So
Now Meisman will keep it. Throw to the right again for that's definitely
again.
his favorite guy right there.
Another first down. Wow, just keep fighting on third down. This team's still showing some fight.
Yeah, junk
Down 3
cars.
scores though, they're gonna have to think about hurrying up. Just 17 minutes of total game left.
Yeah, you gotta start hurrying here because you still need 3 touchdowns. I mean,
Or a field goal and a
And
couple
a fi-
touchdowns. But
yeah.
it's, we haven't seen their kicker even kick an extra point, so we don't know what his range is.
has he kicked off? I don't know if like you
No,
said.
they had a Rasby kickoff.
There's
so.
a chance that he's not here today, or he's not healthy. And
Ooh,
Flea
look
Flicker
at
here.
the
Oh,
throw
he's
down.
open.
Throw down.
Oh, but that's
Intercepted. Wow.
So he was open when the running back flipped it back, but by the time he
Stuffed it
threw,
out,
there were
yeah.
4 Warriors right there. I don't think you throw that. Just it
Take
took
it
too
for a
long.
run, yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I think he probably should have either thrown it away or ran the ball.
Because we saw he was open there, but by the time that he actually threw it, you had 3 Warriors right there, and those passes tend to be intercepted no matter who you are. So
I hate to say it, but I know
That's
it's still
a
I know it's
killer.
still early,
Yeah.
but that might have done it.
we'll see if it can stop Washington's offense here.
They're gonna need turnovers though, and stop this guy right here.
Yeah, they're having a really tough time stopping Michael Johnson. He's got 130 plus rushing yards, and
I'm saying Washington's line is big. I believe there's 2 or 3 guys in the 290s there.
And if they want to win state, that's how they're going to do it.
Yeah, you're
with
gonna
their
pound,
offensive
you're
line.
gonna pound it up the middle and get your occasional pass. But there's Johnson again on the left side, and
That time going nowhere though. Wow, 3 guys right there on him. Maybe 4 guys.
That's a good stop for Rapid. But yeah, like I said, the problem with Rapid here is I haven't seen that they're able to get that they could have a quick go down the field in even 5 minutes. It looks like they're sort of limited, and they scored, but that took 8 minutes. So see when it's 2nd 13 here, Thompson the gun, Johnson to his left, trips right. Thompson hands off to Johnson up the middle, and Johnson will get a couple there, make it maybe back to the original line of scrimmage there, make it 3rd and 10.
Central's got to get a stop here and possibly even a turnover because there's already 3 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, and they're just running out of time. We just don't have all day to play the game.
So 3rd and 8. Now for Washington, Thompson the gun, trips right. Gets a snap, and quick screen to Piper, catch at the 30, crush the 35 to the 40.
He's got a first.
He's got the first.
Piper might have put sleeves on over the half. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember those being there in the first half.
Well, it is pretty.
makes sense.
It
It's
is
getting-
starting to get.
yeah,
I
it's starting
think
to
it's
cool off.
They
dipped
marked it
into
close.
50s.
They're going to mark it 4th down. And it looks like Washington's going to go for it.
Really gonna go for? Yeah, I guess. I mean,
This could be big though. Quarterback sneak. He might not have got there.
I don't think
Nope.
he got
They
it.
marked him short.
Washington obviously says he did, but I don't
So
think.
Rapid
No, he
City
did not.
will take over. Wow.
It looked like that there might have been a low snap there or something because it looked like Thompson kind of fell on the ground right. Washington sideline going crazy, but he definitely looked like he was short. And they might bring out the sticks to measure it, but that definitely looked short.
Will we get the sticks here, or
No,
no? We're just
that
getting.
clearly looked about
he
maybe
was
a
short.
tad less than a yard short, but
So now.
well, they got good field position now
Yeah.
at the.
So now let's see if this is what Rapid now. But there's 2 minutes left. They need to score before the 4th.
Yeah,
I think.
if they want to get back into it, they got to score a touchdown here on this drive.
And they might need to do like an onside kick or
Well,
something.
there's a good start. How about
Oh,
this?
how about-
What a move.
Ooh.
He's gone.
Wow. Well, they scored before the end of the 3rd quarter. That is 100%
Now
sure.
this game gets a little more interesting.
So.
And they'll probably go for 2 again.
Ooh,
Oh,
however,
there's
there's a flag.
Yeah, shoot. That's gonna.
That's a killer for Rapid City.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow. Touchdown taken away.
That you're not gonna get that play again. Oh gosh, yeah. I mean that
Terrible.
right there would have made it at least.
Well, at least they won't be first and 20 or first and 25.
I mean, out of all the spots to get a holding call, that was the worst possible time to get a holding call.
They're backing it up behind. No, they're not behind. They're not behind the 50, but
They're going to be at the 45.
That is a killer flag right there for Central. They could have been able to push that to a 10-point game possibly there.
see what Washington does for defense here, and they're doing a trip. Okay, I don't think they've done trips at all here this game.
They might. No, they're just going to run it. Oh, and
Ooh,
he
that was not good.
Yeah, I thought he looked like he maybe for a second thought about passing it, but no, that was just designed to run.
And Rapid City Central goes from a 41-yard touchdown to 2nd and 18 from the 49.
It's almost like he ran backwards.
He stopped by number 42, Ashton Sykes for the Warriors. Loss of
Yeah, that penalty just killed their momentum entirely.
Yeah, they're probably going to need another good play. Well, I guess it wasn't 100% sure that they're going to score before the end of the half because they did not score.
So
Didn't really see a flag though because it's been a clean play game. There had not been really any penalties at
Was that
all.
our
Get
first
pressure.
flag?
Uh-oh.
Was that our first flag, actually? No,
Yeah.
no, I don't think it was.
And now it's going to be 3rd and a mile.
Wow.
Yeah, that was only the second penalty of the game. That holding right there.
Well,
I
looks
think
like
Rapid
we're
City might have had they had an illegal shift earlier.
minimum penalty, so we're not in danger of a Packers-Lions finish here.
Huh.
As-
Jeez. As a Vikings fan, that was not what you wanted to see.
no.
No.
As a football fan, that's not what you want to see at all. But so, yeah, Meisman. Ooh, empty backfield. I don't think we've seen this yet.
He's probably going to take a shot downfield. Why not?
Yeah.
Yep, one. Oh, he might have a guy.
Just
Oh,
out of the reach.
of course it was Junglaws again,
Overthrown by
but
just a
oh.
little bit.
we've seen so many overthrows this game. That's
Yeah.
By both quarterbacks.
I mean, the
yeah.
wind is. I mean, when you're going that direction, the wind
Yeah.
is with you a little bit, so I mean, that would make sense. But it actually looks like the wind died down quite a bit from what it was earlier.
The wind's
I
not-
mean,
the wind's
looking at
not
the
a
trees,
huge-
it doesn't look like it's that big of a factor anymore.
the great indicator is the flag
That
in
too,
the end
yeah.
behind the end zone. That's not really moving too much. So
It's fairly normal for South
Is
Dakota.
it?
Fourth
so-
down, they're
Nice.
going for it.
why not? Fourth
Yeah, 4th and 27. Why not?
Well, I can
Another
about
shot
guarantee.
They're pretty
us.
much in no man's land.
Now Washington might send the blitz here, and that could end this. Oh, and he's
They're
gonna
gonna
drop
have to take
back
a shot deep.
way.
Nice.
He's got the arm forward. He's over.
A good play there by Frederick not to
Not
catch
to
that.
bat it. Not to catch it.
Another good field position. I think that's kind of something they had to do though.
Yeah, I would say that probably does it. I mean,
Still
you
a
do-
lot of time, though,
You
they
do
forced a
have
turnover.
you do have the 4th quarter to go, but the way this game has gone, I mean, you have to think that holding call really just was the huge killer for the team.
Took the wind out of the sails. Yeah. I
But it's not
mean,
like it was an unnecessary hold too. Like he probably definitely wouldn't have gone for a touchdown probably without that hold. Might have been a tackle on the edge. We never know though because fumbled snap.
Well, there's a good start for Rapid City defensively.
Defensively, Rapid City's defense has been fine, but it's the offense that's.
At least
Since
as
the
of
first
late.
quarter. Since
the
Yeah,
first-
the
yeah,
first
okay.
quarter obviously was not very good.
Whoops,
But
but yeah, as of late, it's 26 points.
no, yeah, they've picked things up and they've been able to stop this Washington team as of late.
Last two quarters though, it's 8-0 Rapid City. Just take that first
Yeah.
quarter, Rapid City's
Yeah.
winning this game.
Yeah.
It looked like
Okay.
it might have been a block in the back there.
And something you were talking about too is Rapid City, I believe, still at this point has the most time in possession.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, they did by 9 minutes. Wow.
So I mean, Rapid City, in some ways, obviously they're losing big, but at the same time they've been in control of this game. They just haven't been able to do much offensively.
Washington came out firing in the first quarter, and since then, no, this is a close competitive game. If they play like they've played these last two quarters, it's just that first quarter just killed them, pretty much put them in a position where you almost can't get that.
And you got to give credit to Washington's defense too in this game.
Oh,
Only allowing 8 points through 3 quarters, that's pretty impressive.
Now,
Sorry,
Washington's
Milwaukee's
looked
still
good.
running. Oh, no.
For having as much of a down season Washington's having, this has been a really clean game for them. Probably, their second best game of the year besides the Aberdeen game, because the Watertown game was good, but they just
Bad start in that game. game. They got down 10-0, I believe, in that game.
Yeah, it went down 10-0, and we're able to just stage a nice
I
comeback.
mean, if somehow Rapid City here is able to return this for a touchdown or a really good return, you never know. That could be what gets them back into this, but we'll never know. There's a touchback.
Get the ball.
Well, they
up
get
to
the stop. They get a stop after a turnover and downs. Pretty much everything's fourth down territory.
Yeah.
Everyone's
Yeah,
just going
I mean,
for it.
they're fighting for elimination. So I mean, yeah, like you said, they definitely have to be 4 down territory the rest of the way.
And so now we'll see.
Got a long field to go still, so you're gonna have to get a big play probably.
Yeah.
Have a
Again,
chance.
they're 18 points behind. They would need 2 touchdowns,
And a field goal.
and a 2-point conversion
Yeah.
in there somewhere.
They'll probably go for 2 though.
Once I think you double team what Junglaws really is, or
So
Junglaws.
they definitely have a long way to
Another
go.
big
But look at
play.
this.
That's kind of what they did last time. Honestly, not
Good
the
play.
result.
Good play. I think he was out with 1 second left.
You were saying that. You were saying, Riley, that they needed to give Jeremy Weedman some more touches, and
Yeah.
they've gotten him, and he's actually played pretty well today.
Sanford Power helps young athletes discover their true athletic
Yeah, into the third
So there you
quarter.
go. Third quarter is wrapped up.
by utilizing certified coaching.
We'll be right back.
Practices in the latest technologies. Sanford Power, proud sponsor of the Sioux Falls School District.
Powerful and playful. Delicate and precise. Bold and carefree. It's the way you move, and it moves us. To deliver care for your whole family. To provide options beyond the expected. To help you leave pain in the past and find your way forward. Orthopedics and sports medicine at Sanford Health. Health lives here.
Welcome back to Howardwood Field. I'm Riley Tufts here, taking over for play-by-play here as we get set 1st down and 10 as we start the 4th quarter, as he overshoots his intended target. And it'll be 2nd and 10 coming up for Rapid City in an attempt to try to come back into this game. We'll see if they can complete it, but they got a long ways to go.
Yeah, and it's kind of been a defensive battle since the 2nd quarter. And we'll see if, they'd have to score quick, and they need to score now. I mean, just big flashy plays. We'll see if they can do them here.
2nd and 10, and he's got pressure. Hit as he throws
Way
throws
under.
it way deep and way under, throws his receiver, and it'll be incomplete. Intended for number 34.
I thought Wyatt Reitmeyer had a pick
Jeremy
right there.
Weedman, yep. It's going to be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, it's sort of one of the quarters where you just, if it doesn't work out for the fans, you kind of hope that the teams that at least Washington kind of runs the ball, runs the clock, and what did we say earlier? It's 6:34. This game could very well end before 7, like I said.
Yep.
So a lot
So
later.
3rd and 10. It is going to be a direct snap. He lost the football and able to retain it. And it looks like they're going to send out the punting unit.
Yeah, I think you punt at this point. I mean,
Oh no, they're just sending
No.
back out.
Yeah, they're going to send out the punting unit. I understand the call. I mean, they do still have time, but yeah, I mean, the way this game has gone.
so
an
an
just gotta punt it
interesting
away.
score update from around the state. O'Gorman and Aberdeen Central are tied at 7 in the 2nd quarter,
That
which
game's at O'Gorman, I believe, too.
it's which means that would be with Aberdeen being the 8th seed right now, 2-5, and O'Gorman being 5-2. That'd be enough stuff. Aberdeen's able to hang in there or pull off that win. So
That's at O'Gorman, right? I believe it was, but we don't know.
The punt was to midfield, and that's where Washington will start their first offensive drive of the 4th quarter.
Thompson's still in. I remember us talking about if Thompson would be kept in, but they stopped scoring after that. So I'll see Thompson in for another drive or two here.
So it's 1st and 10, a throw to the right, and it's caught, and It is Josh Piper on the catch, and he is near a first down. And
That game was played at.
he did not get the first down. He's going to be a little bit short, about a yard.
That game was played at O'Gorman and had some crazy road upset. As O'Gorman's 2 losses are Lincoln at home, so both their losses are in Sioux Falls. Only one of them though is at their home field, so they didn't have a game at their
So
field
ball
until
41-yard
week 4.
line. It's a handoff, and Johnson's
I
got a
believe
first down.
they lost to Brandon too, right? Was their other loss?
Yeah, Brandon.
So Brandon Lincoln, yeah, that's one thing I said earlier this season is should be a fun year. You got about four or five teams with Roosevelt, Lincoln, Brandon Valley, O'Gorman, even Harrisburg that can make it competitive and fun. There's no real clear front runner as has been in years past.
Yeah, like Washington was forever.
So fresh set of downs here for Washington. 1st and 10 from the Rapid City 37. And it's a handoff again to Johnson. He's got room, and he's close to a first down.
Michael Johnson.
And he does get a first down.
Michael Johnson could possibly approach 200 yards today. He had 152 after the third quarter, and he's added on probably
He
about
could very well get it.
30 yards.
So Warriors moving the chains again, and they're just at this point trying to run down as much clock as they can, while in the process of trying to close this game.
Yep, and we'll see. Yeah, interesting. Like I said, watching with the trips formation here.
So low snap. He's going to look to his right. He's going to throw to his right. A wide open guy for the touchdown.
Tyus Hansen with a great catch.
And Washington in full control of this ball game, and that most likely does it.
Yeah, that.
Any hope Rapid City had is gone.
Hansen had had him burned pretty good. They were wide open, and Washington about to take a 25-point lead here, I think.
Pending the PAT.
Pending the PAT. Behrens has missed his one PAT. This will be
Extra point is up, and it appeared to be left, but it's good.
Yeah, I thought it was left too, but nope.
So the Warriors get their first extra point of the ball game, and it's 33-8 now, the score. And we will take a very short intermission, and we'll be right back.
That scoring drive by the Warriors, 4 plays, covered 50 yards in a minute 47. Ended with the Tyus Hansen 26-yard pass play in the end zone for the Warrior touchdown. Point after by Luke Behrens was good. 9:22 remaining in the ball game. Central Cobblers 8, Washington Warriors 33.
So welcome back to Howard Wood Field. Warriors just scored a touchdown, and it's 33-8, all Washington in this ball game. As the kick, he'll field it about the 12, and he's going to return this to about the 21-yard line, and that's where Rapid City will start on offense. Down by 25 points.
O'Gorman is at 14-7 now in the second quarter in that game. So they've taken the lead on Aberdeen, but still a lot of ball game left.
O'Gorman kind of runs their own little 2-quarterback system with Schlimming and Norton. They're a fun team to watch. But yeah, so Central comes out again, and
at this point, I mean,
do you just throw deep pass after deep pass, or?
Well, depends. Maybe start out with.
Yeah, I mean, down by 25. I mean, you really gotta get something going.
That extra point was kind of big too, because now it's a 4-score game instead of a.
I mean, that's a nice
3.
incomplete pass there. Looked like he might have had it, but it's incomplete, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, it was a. If Behrens would have missed that, it would be 32-8, down 24. Still 3 scores.
Yeah, but yeah, that was a
But he'd have
very
covered every
crucial.
conversion.
That was a crucial extra point, but to keep it that, make it 4 possessions instead of 3. But 2nd and 10 now for Rapid City. And He's looking to his left. He's going to run to his left, and he's got a nice gain up to about the 33 or so yard line. He's got enough for a first down for sure.
No, they're looking short. Must have stepped out of bounds before the line. It's 3rd and 1.
Yeah, it appeared he got some extra yards there, but yeah, his foot must have went out of bounds. So it'll be 3rd and 1. And we'll see what they call here. This will be interesting.
Yep.
It's going to be a quarterback keeper, and
Looks like a face mask.
it looked like, man, he is right on the marker, but I don't know if he got it. They might. Yeah, they're gonna give it to him. So first down for Rapid City.
And that's a good drive by Rapid City, or start to the drive by Rapid City. But I mean, I guess if they want to milk and try and score, that's what they'll try and do, kind of like second quarter. 33-14 or 15 or 16, if they can score, wouldn't be the worst thing for them.
They're really taking a lot of time to get their plays. They're not really having a sense of urgency as he throws really deep, and he's got a completed catch. Great pass, great catch, and a big chunk of yards for Rapid City. All the way down to about the 33-yard line of Washington.
Jeremy Weedman again.
And Weedman's been a big factor in this game for Rapid City. Good offensive weapon for them.
So
He's kind of their deep man.
we had 3 deep passes that have all kind of worked today for Rapid. You don't, but you have to have a better passing game than the occasional 25-yard down the middle thing.
As they're going a little bit quicker now. He's got guys in his face. He's pressured, and he's
Get that
going to
away.
go down.
That would have been grounding.
That is
Never mind.
a huge loss.
Big sack for number 4, I believe. Yep, on the sack.
Now that's a 14-yard loss. He just kept running back.
Yeah, that's a huge loss. Lost 14 yards, and that will bring them all the way back to the 47 of Washington. So that pretty much takes away the momentum after that big throw. And it's a direct snap to number 34, and he's going to look to his right, try to get some yards, but not much. Maybe got back to the line.
No, it's 3rd and 23. Might have got a yard.
Maybe a yard, yeah. It'll be 3rd down and about 23, 24.
So
They just haven't had much success on offense tonight.
no, they really haven't. I mean, it's like I said, this is a really good game if you take out that first quarter. This is a 8-7 cobbler.
Yeah, I mean, it's a one-possession game if you take away that first quarter. But, I mean, yeah, it was an interesting first quarter, but as the quarterback looks to his right and it's incomplete.
Let's go for Young Claws again.
Intended for number 81.
That's sort of the
Now it's going to be 4th
only
and a
receiver
mile.
he targets.
They're going to punt it again.
Quarterback wants to stay out there, but we'll see what they do. The quarterback's still going to stay out there. Looks like they're going to go for it.
Punter is out there, though. Looks like they're going to punt it.
And Meisman is too.
Oh, yep.
So is Meisman just a blocker then, probably?
Yeah.
Unless it's a
My
fake, but that's a
mistake. It's gonna be a punt.
That's a pretty obvious fake if you're trying to run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Punts this away. It's a very, very short kick.
Look at
But it takes a good roll to exactly the 20-yard line, and that's where Washington will start on offense. And so looking at Rapid City, they're going to be mathematically eliminated from playoff contention. Washington's going to improve to 3-5 on the year, and
Of course, with everyone, I mean, with the top two teams having the same record, then the next 3 having the same seeding is going to come down to next week for who goes where. I mean, really, the only road trip you could even say is, I guess, is Brandon. I mean, O'Gorman is in the city, and I don't think Harrisburg's going to be high enough to host, so not too much traveling.
it's a
That's in Sioux Falls
handoff
either.
to
That's in Sioux Falls
Johnson.
also.
And man, he has been a workhorse for this Washington offense.
Yeah, they're just going to keep the clock running.
He's
25-point
played well.
game.
Yeah.
He's ran the ball pretty well in this game, to say the least. Now we got 6 minutes and counting left in the ball game.
So just under the halfway point in the quarter now, and start to see. Well, no, I guess we won't start to see. I was going to say, usually we tend to see the other team student sections coming here, but that's, it's still 14 minutes before 7, so.
I'm surprised they're leaving in Max Thompson here, with this big of a lead.
Or just get him some reps. If he's been hurt and he hasn't any.
As he looks, wide open receiver. And a huge gainer. He's at the 25 and brought down at about the 23, 24-yard line.
I think if Tyus Hansen could have cut to the left, he could have gone all the way to the end zone.
Yeah, Hansen could have scored there. I don't know what.
He went to the
very
right.
solid throw. He did overthrow him just a tad on that one, but it was good enough to be hauled in for the catch.
Right there on that replay, he's got to cut right to the left. He had nothing but green grass right there. Might have been a touchdown.
Great catch.
Using our very fancy replay board we have in here.
So fakes the throw to the right, or to the left. It's a handoff to the right, and Johnson gets to about, where are they going to mark him?
16-yard line, maybe.
About the 16, 17-yard line, pick up of about 7. They're going to mark him at the 17. So a nice 7-yard pickup for Johnson as he is trying to get to 200 yards, at least we think.
He may have he's close, I think, if he doesn't have it, possibly.
Yeah. And this Washington's probably, they won't be able to run out the whole clock, but.
No. Grab
Second
the
and
ball.
short. And it's another handoff to Johnson. And he's going to be brought down at about the 15, 14-yard line. And he will be close to a first down, but he appears to be just a little bit short. It'll be 3rd and about 1. We're at the Rapid City 15-yard line here. We are under 4 minutes already in this game. Washington burning a lot of clock on this drive. Finish the game. So 3rd and short. It's another handoff. Why not? To Johnson. And Johnson's got plenty of running room, plenty of yards for the first down. And brought down at about the 4-yard line. And it'll be 1st and goal for Washington at the 5.
I'm just going to keep.
So, if you're Rapid City, you got to just think ahead to next season. You can't really look backward. And, you can reflect on this year, but, you got to look ahead to next year, and hopefully they'll have a much better year.
So Meisman being a junior, he'll return next year. The Cobblers.
Another handoff. This is not Max Johnson, at least I don't think. It's number 11 on that handoff.
So,
And he picked up about 3 yards, so it'll be 2nd and goal from the 2.
Yeah, and Washington's just going to try and run it down. They can probably...
Malcolm Johnson, so the other Johnson getting in on that run.
You could score. You could kneel. That'd probably take out the clock.
That's
but now they're going to try and
to
score.
the other Johnson.
Oh,
He's running to the left, and he's into the end zone. Why not? Another touchdown for Washington. And they're just pouring it on here late in the game. As Washington looking to put up a 40-burger on the board.
Yeah, extra point away from doing so, but that hasn't been guaranteed here. The extra points, one was missed, and the other one looked left from here, so obviously couldn't have made it in too easy. We'll see.
And the extra point is good. So Washington puts up a 40-burger, and with 2:20 left, Warriors have a 32-point lead. We will be right back.
by the Warriors, 7 plays, covered 80 yards in 3 minutes 54 seconds. Ended with a 2-yard dash into the end zone by Malcolm Johnson. Points after by Luke Behrens was good. 2:20 remaining in the ball game. Central Conference 8, Washington Warriors 40.
Welcome back to Howard Wood Field as Washington put up another touchdown. It's 40-8 your score as the Rapid City return man gets to about the 17 or so yard line, maybe the 18, but Rapid City will could be their last drive of the game. What should be their last
Johnson's
drive
at
of the game.
193 yards, and he probably won't get back out there, so he won't
No,
get to
more,
it.
yeah. And if it is, they'll just be tackles. So, still a great day for Johnson, no doubt.
And if you're Washington, you got to feel pretty good. I mean, you get it back to 3-5, and you're right back in this thing. I mean, with their offensive line, they have a chance.
This still, though, they're guaranteed their first under 500 finish.
Oh, still on his feet. How about 26? That was a great run.
Raspy, yeah. But Washington guaranteed their first under 500 season since 2014. So definitely sort of a rebuild here for Chad State and McGill. But we'll see how they do next year. And they're still going to make the playoffs this year and could still contend. I don't think it's likely, but you never know what could happen. You could see them at the Dome depending on how. I don't think.
Well, the game is played at SDSC this year due to the construction.
Oh, not the
They're going
Dome,
to need
yeah.
a lot of things to go their way, though. But yeah,
It's not-
they have a chance.
I think if it's not cold,
As
really
he
cold outside,
rolls
it'll be
that out to the left, and it's incomplete.
if it's not really cold at SDSU that weekend, then that could be honestly a better atmosphere than USD.
That's what, and I don't mean any disrespect to USD, but I mean I think it's pretty clear that Dykehouse Stadium is the nicest football stadium in South Dakota. I mean, it's 20,000 people. It's pretty brand new. I think they should have it there, but the weather, people are gonna not want to show up if it's snowing and stuff because it's been pretty bad weather standing outside the Dome waiting in the past.
But the Dome is nice because you got like state championship football inside the Dome
Yeah, it sort of has that.
feeling.
Yeah.
3rd and 3. He's going to pass, or he's going to tuck and run. He's going to tuck and run, and he's got a first down.
Yeah,
at
just
about
like-
the 32-yard line.
Just like Minnesota State football is at US Bank Stadium. It's kind of like that. Except
The Dome, it has that feeling. Because I was there twice, and it's just kind of got that feeling that really, I like it. Except hopefully it's nicer because the renovation. You had to walk across the back of the end zone to get to the student section.
yeah, into the other side. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if they will fix that though at the Dome or not.
Hopefully they can just make some concession stands down there at least, so you
Yeah.
don't have to walk that far for a Gatorade.
It's a direct snap. He's running to his left, and he is going nowhere.
And
The
that'll.
Washington defense.
There's a 2-second gap in the play clock, so they're going to have to run something, which is kind of 2nd 18. What are you going to run here? Just a kneel down?
They're definitely not hurrying up. They're definitely taking their time here.
So this is probably the last play of the game here.
Yeah, most likely. Don't see why they would burn any of their timeouts. As he will throw. Throwing deep. It is incomplete.
So
And
that will give them one more play.
So they are going to get one more play. So with 4 seconds left, it'll be 3rd and 18.
So
One last play for Rapid City. As they will fall to 0-8. With 1 game left in the season, they will be eliminated from the playoffs. But
The game will just finish before 7 o'clock with being 6:55 here, so.
and I think it'll be just kind of just a game where seniors play against Lincoln next
he
week
rolls
because you're
to
not
his
really playing
right,
for anything.
and actually gets a playoff. He throws to his right. It's caught at about the 35, and he will be brought down. And that is going to do it. The Washington Warriors will win this game 40-8, and they improve to 3-5.
And with tonight's victory, Sioux Falls, Washington ends its 3-game losing streak and moves to 3-5. With the loss, Rapid City Central remains winless and falls to 0-8. Both the Warriors and Cobblers will close the regular season next week at Howard Wood Field. Sioux Falls, Washington will play Sioux Falls Roosevelt Thursday at 8 p.m. and Rapid City will play Sioux Falls Lincoln at 5. Once again, Sioux Falls, Washington beats Rapid City Central 40-8. And for August Mills and Riley Tufts, camera operators Mark Johnson, Jeff Little, and Madison Goff, and producer Matt May, I'm Brent Bowen, and thank you for watching this broadcast of high school football on the Howard Wood Field YouTube channel and KLRN. We will be back in about an hour for the second game of tonight's games between Sioux Falls Roosevelt and the Watertown Arrows. Once again, the final score is Washington 40, Rapid City Central 8.
State Boys Soccer Championship tomorrow, 7 o'clock in Harrisburg. Good luck, Warrior Boys Soccer Team, as they go for the 2-peat and play for the state AA title tomorrow at 7 in Harrisburg. They will take on Roosevelt for that title in soccer. Roosevelt football team plays Watertown coming up next year in about an hour. Ladies and gentlemen, for my spotter, Steve Severson, I'm Jason Luke. Thanks for attending tonight's Warrior game at Howard Wood Field. Coming up next, Rough Riders and Watertown at 8 o'clock. Have a great evening, and if you're leaving, drive